the last days. I wasn't too impressed with them, whereas Gaimin, they looked real hot. Like, they cruised through this entire group stage.
They did. Yeah, let's see how they're going to do today here against Tundra. As you say, oh, look at the static they come in. That's a dead Monkey King for sure. First blood for Watson. Sax has got to be careful as well. He should be fine, but yeah, well, that's the way to start things off there for Gaimin. Get that first blood on the carry.
Nice lead up. I do like when you kind of go for this move. You know, you have this Monkey King in the safe lane. He wants to play very aggro even early on in the lane. So just going there with a couple heroes early on. Nice move to get themselves a first blood.
All in all, do you like the way that Tundra... Chrysalis on the Monkey King. Does he care too much about this Willow and Axe?
Early on, he shouldn't care to... I feel like he... No, Chrysalis is going to be fine in this lane. It's just more about the fact how much can Ace really help out Tofu with the Battle Hunger. But eventually, I believe Chrysalis on his Monkey King, his best hero, he should be able to take over the lane.
So far, so good on these first few waves. Barely missing a CS. Biggest difference we've seen so far in the first waves is really in that mid lane we're seeing a bit of an edge here for Bzm on the Beastmaster.
It's not easy for a puck to deal with Beast unless the Beast is maybe... Like, you have to be lazy with the micro. The board should not die. You can always do what he just did. He bottles one rune, he denies the other with the board too. So you have to be very early if you're Quinn on one of the two water runes.
Also, Bzm can continue to maintain this lead here. The superior CSing, and that's not pretty easy for Quinn. Has to be careful.
Yep. This is, of course, one of the strengths. He's got a lot of CS capabilities with the Beastmaster.
So for top lane, nothing crazy really happening here. Both Watson and 33 getting the farm. See things start to heat up now. The level 3 is online for Watson. Just going to go straight away to try and chase down 33, and 33 is looking pretty dead. No TP potential. Maybe can try for deny to the neutral. But it's not going to happen. Watson gets the last touch, gets himself another kill.
Yeah, level 2 Link, the early boots that we talked about from the first blood. Yep. Just not too easy to sustain at the moment. Maybe you have to keep the flame break on Satsu to try and like break the Link from Watson. But yeah, not too easy for them.
It's going to be very easy for them to run him down like that each and every time. Of course, we always have the Fortune's End ready as well to try and catch him. So has to just try and run. As you say, just hope that Saxa sort of create the difference between them.
Need to see later also what Whitemon is going to look to do here in this early game. Of course, one of the strengths of Enchantress is to try and move into the mid, maybe have a little gate move. As Oracle Razor are very susceptible heroes in early rotation. Four-minute rune. Whitemon does have a creep here.
Oh! Well, this time Bzm not quite able to deny the bottom water in time, so Quinn will be able to refuel the bowl on this one.
At least for now, every core is pretty happy in the game. Of course, with Bzm and Watson maybe being the happiest. Sure, Watson CS isn't incredible, but he did get the first blood and then another kill in the lane.
Those couple of kills are going to do him pretty well. So they can set the lane up in a position to make another attempt. Take down either Saxa or 33. Very difficult, of course, for them to try and get kills their way. Tundra, Watson, they'll start getting the link going again. It's going to be the max one pretty much. Won't look to push forward. It's just sort of hold back back, secure the CS. Get the range denied. Bottom, I guess, so the question is, so down here, obviously, Chrysalis is getting very good farm. Will Ace continue to play the lane, or are we soon going to start seeing Ace just skip creep waves and grab them from beyond the tower? Or is he fine to sort of stay in lane against the Monkey King?
He's okay for now. I mean, it's great if you can look to go and skip, but it's not easy against the Monkey King, of course. He's so mobile. They should definitely try to keep him in the lane. They are bringing Saksa into the bottom lane here for Tundra. I think it makes sense. Top is so hard to pressure. 2 Jingle stacks already on Ace.
Ace is pretty far up. They'll get the slow into the flame break. Jingle Mastery stacks will build up. Ace looking pretty dead, dragged back by the Wild Wing Ripper. Nice rotation there from Saxa coming in with the TP, catching Ace by surprise. They'll get themselves their first kill of the game, Tundra.
I always really like these moves. First of all, it's nighttime. That's 33 up top.
He has been left alone, and they just go straight for him with this. The shield, it's not going to save him. Too much damage being built up here from the link of Watson. So you get a kill down bottom, but you do leave 33 vulnerable to getting run down by Watson and Malady.
Of course, just good heads-up play from both teams. I mean, Gaimin now, they have a double wave with the siege creep up top, so we'll have to see how Tundra deal with it. Whereas Tundra looks like they can kind of return the favor in the bottom lane.
Tower is under attack.
Because now Gaimin, they're also bringing Tofu up top. Of course, Saksa does not have a TP.
Both teams just getting super aggressive against the enemy offlaners. As each look for the opportunity to dive there. We'll see the dive on the bottom lane start first here. They're in on top of the base. Same time, the dive was a success on the other side. Watson kills 33 again. Dreamcoil comes in. They get a kill, but can they get out? Quinn's turned up. Both Chrysalis and Sax are getting burst incredibly low. Quinn's going to have another round of spells in a second. Chrysalis got the stick charges. See the Fortune's End coming in. Quinn in position. Has to keep his distance here to avoid the Jingu stacks building up. Doesn't have enough burst to chase on though, so Chrysalis will live. Both teams getting away with the dives and getting these offlane kills.
Yeah, but Tundra, they got the double Wisdom Shrine. Interestingly enough, Bzm, he just angled over towards the top, where Saksa, after the play bottom, just got to invade a little further. That's done. Yeah, with the double steal. Definitely a slight edge to Tundra here from the XP.
Yeah, all the difference on these supports, getting their 6s as soon as possible. He's going to pick up some XP, at least a wave from that mid lane, the top. It's just a pretty nasty place, honestly. I mean, for Tundra, who wants to go up there against the Razor right now?
Right now, on it, perhaps if you either bring a lot to make a move on this Razor, or you kind of put nobody and you just wait for Gaimin to push in the lane. Because yeah, I like that they just even gave the mid lane 33, even if it was just for a little bit. Tundra, what is their move? So it looks like the one way that they think 33 can stay up top is to smoke up your supports and run them through the gate. Let's see what Watson has to say about this move up top, if you can read it.
Yeah, they know he's here. They double check it, Tundra. They've hit the scan. TPs are now coming in for Watson. I mean, we're going to start double so the wraparound from Tundra needs to come soon. The 33's already getting gone upon. He's down. 33's dead. They come in with the roar, so this time, surely they'll be able to push it, but Watson goes down. He will fall. They'll get Malady as well. So Tundra, they lose 33 again, but this time they get the 2 kills in return, one of them being the big one, taking Watson down.
Yeah, they're probably not too sad about this one. 33 just manning up a little bit, making sure that they stay around. But yeah, they do get some turn kills with, well, rainbow TPs, so some breathing space for Gaimin here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Elsewhere on the map, Quinn is getting a chance to pressure in onto the tower.
Is under attack.
Chrysalis continues to get a lot of beautiful space down bottom. Some ways towards that diffusal blade timing.
Do like what Saksa is doing. Did of course make the move up top. Then he knows that they're looking for some stacks because the bottom lane is not really being played by Gaimin, so he's just walking into the enemy triangle. Now maybe scout and steal some of the stacks on the Bat Rider here.
Dire's top tower.
So looking at top
attack.
really a lot. I'm sort of focused now on just sort of keeping Watson safe. 33 still has to be careful. In case Watson sees a chance to go on him again.
Gaimin need to be ready for this move. They're bringing Crystallis as well here on Tundra into the top lane.
Hasn't, of course, quite got the defusal, but still very strong here. Level 8 on the Monkey King. That's enough, easily enough here between the two of them.
This is why these plays matter. Like, Saksa, after this initial play top, he went into the enemy triangle and stole a triple stack. He just did it on his own, gets level 6, catches Quinn off guard.
Yeah, that sort of comboed with those early wisdoms that they're able to get their hands on. Absolutely making the difference in allowing for that sort of play. Top lane getting freed up now, with sort of the fact that Gaimin Gladiators had to back off of how much Tundra had up there. Gives Gaimin Gladiators, you know, they can't hold the tower. Tundra's able to take the tier 1 tower. Much earlier, Gaimin's going to be able to find any tower themselves. Back down bottom. And they're ready to start the push here on towards Ace. They're going to get it. So Tundra doing a good job of holding onto the towers, taking them on top, continuing to make sure this bottom area feels very safe for Crystallis.
The early macro movement right now from Tundra, very, very clean.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Some more stacks coming out for Gaimin. They will have to put up a fight if they want to hold those. Because Tundra did have a ward that scouted that prior.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Quinn's starting to shift towards the bottom, but both supports are here on Tundra to help out Crystallis. So not really that easy for Quinn to set something up.
It's a little bit awkward because sure, you want to go and make some moves maybe here if you're Quinn, but you don't have to. I mean, you have okay follow-up damage, right? Oracle with some Purifying Flame, sure, but you do need Tofu to get his hands on the ultimate. Tundra playing very quick.
Yeah, they're ready to go. They're going to scout out again this sort of full situation. Protection is not enough though. Tofu goes down. Ready to try to push off more. They'll look towards the stacks here, Tundra. They want to try and take these. Ace will turn up to defend them.
Dire's middle tower.
There's only so much you can do right now though as an axe. Easy with the two axes clear out of the three of them. Look at the wall out with a false promise. Look there at times. A little bit longer. Bring it down. 32 will get the borrowed time off. Saxa in with the Firefly on top of Watson. Slowing down as well. Once you get clear out of the room, it won't fall. The buyback's in away from Malady. Can they get anything more? They have to punish Tundra for this. She's going to go around with the shield. By one of Bzm. Starting to back away. Tundra, do they have anything left in the tank to continue to fight Gaimin Gladiators? It's getting a bit risky now. They'll back away, Tundra. I mean, they'll take that. They force out a buyback. I think they got a good amount of the last hits on the stat.
I think Saksa did get quite a lot of them. Yeah. I mean, at least Gaimin were able to put a stop to the play somewhat. Because it kind of looked like it's really not too easy for them to fight as... Oh, Crystallis ready for round
action.
2.
He's ready to go. Cool will be there to stop the Wukong's command from being casted, so... With the help of Tofu, Ace will be fine, but they have to be so careful, this Monkey King, now that he's got this Diffusal Blade online. We'll catch this again in the replay. Just good, aggressive plays here, and yeah, as we saw, you know, Gaimin, they had to do everything to try and not let Tundra get completely away with this. Tundra still definitely got away with it.
Oh, Ace nearly got the dunk there. 3 here. Creature 1 got the chop animation, actually. His passive procced, which healed him above the threshold. But either way, very interesting and deep fight at the 12-minute mark.
Would have been great for Gaimin if they could have found at least one of these extra kills at the end. You know, 33 of Bzm, but Tundra, they back off perfectly. Make sure that they don't lose anything else from that and to maintain that lead. And you see on the builder, yeah, Watson going for the Maelstrom into BKB. And yeah, on the other side, obviously, Chris is going full in for the aggressive play, the defusal into the death so that he's looking towards next. He just wants to get on the targets and kill them.
Middle tower is
he doesn't want to play any sort of slow-paced farming game. They want to just overrun Gaimin Gladiators. And at the moment, with the slight lead that Tundra have, they're hitting sort of good timings to really get that momentum going.
They really are. Like, you've got an Abaddon that will help you play into the front.
Yeah, you just get in there.
Saksa already has a Blink Dagger on the support badge as well. You're closing in on the aghanims on Bzm.
Yeah.
So Gaimin, they're going to have to do a really good job on the map within the next couple of minutes to kind of just like damage control. Because Tundra, they are a lot stronger.
They are. Yeah, Tundra just been able to make that play and disrupt that sort of ancient area from Gaimin. But at the same time, you know, Tundra's own ancient area being kept completely safe. Bzm's able to clear clear it up. And yeah, there it is. Pre-15 minutes, aghanim's online for Beastmaster. Gaimin, they're going to have their work cut out in here, and it's sort of slowing this down.
Because right now, if you're Gaimin, you rely a lot on Watson to like try and dish out damage. I'll say like Watson and kind of the spells. But even if you run in as the Razor, 33, you just like stay kind of be annoying to you. Like even just like random collateral damage, 1 or 2 impetus, maybe you boundless strike.
That's difficult.
You're happy.
Yeah, we'll see Watson switching up as well, because he did have the BKB queued up, but the thing is, you're probably dying for that BKB.
Yeah.
So I think it's just sort of a tough situation for Watson. You know, he knows at the moment that he's very much keeping up in track with the cause on the side of Tundra, but there's a lot of weight on him to make sure that his squad's perfect.
I kind of like I like the Yasha a bit more. Get me a bit more mobile, keep up the scale. It's like Tundra gonna take this tier 1 tower.
Not dropping the coil. This is unlikely to be a kill though. 33, it's more than fine, so he'll just walk that one off. There's not a lot that they can do. They've got the 4 heroes here, but they can't really do too much about this about it. Just chilling.
Looks like they definitely wanted to like at least pop his ult and then do some coil into call combo and like bring him back, but that didn't quite work out. Have an active boot on Quinn. Tundra would probably like to make an aggressive move, of course, with the blink picked up by Saksa.
Dire's middle tower.
Watching bottom.
Denied.
Chrysalis. Thinking about the setup for the trees, but they know. So Ace won't be caught by this.
They have a good ward, which did spot Saksa running over through the jungle.
Radiant are scanning.
Gaimin are definitely setting up in case Tundra do get a bit too aggressive with the push here. Quinn and Tofu ready to play. Chrysalis, how safe is he going to be? So Saxa's going to go in with the lasso. Get the drag back into the Wukong's Malady gets destroyed immediately. Tofu and Quinn can they do with the amplified damage on Quinn. So the going down on the 2 of them. The burst through Saxa. Chrysalis though, he's able to walk away. Backup's coming in from him. 33's turning up. Chrysalis will be fine. It's just going to be the support for support trade. Gaimin, they definitely wanted more there. Coming in again with the Dream Coil, the amplified damage rune on Quinn. They're still not able to quite burst through this Monkey King.
Yeah, if they had a +1, they definitely would have killed it as well, but I must say with kind of the state, or like how strong Tundra are, Gaimin being able to hold and Watson just kind of chilling up here, getting the farm, I don't think they're too upset about this on Gaimin.
We'll see what Watson can do with the space and time. Let's go for the Manta next. So he's got that dispel.
Getting a couple of fuel scepters as well here on Gaimin. And this early one on Tofu can do quite a lot. Of course, you can disrupt Saksa when he goes in. You can be quite annoying for the Monkey King. You can set up everyone on the map with the brambles and the terrorize.
And the power room will be a shield bring Tofu to claim it. Getting away with this rush out by the looks of it for the most part. Gaimin relatively close, but no one really in position to make a jump for this. So Tofu's going to run this for free. Tagging out Bzm as well as this Aegis. And they're more than ready to go now, you'd imagine. If Bzm wants to turn up and lead the charge to take these towers down, it's going to get harder and harder for Gaimin Gladiators to defend. The big timing that they're looking towards themselves, definitely going to be the Blink Dagger on Ace. He's about 300 or so gold off that. Once that's there, then they'll have a good shot of getting in with the Blink Blade Mail on the axe to try and disrupt these pushes from Tundra. But before then, they're going to be so wary of Tundra when they're coming for these towers.
Oh, absolutely. Because one little play that goes wrong here, and honestly, Gaimin's map could just implode on them. Tundra starting to have control up here, this top area.
It's going to be a scary few minutes for Gaimin whilst this Aegis is online for Bzm. Quinn. Some information. One more walk forward, Tofu. Of course, no chance of escape for him. Tundra, however, do they want to push this? They're bringing both lanes at the same time. 33 and Saksa working on the mid. That is the blink timing now done for Ace. So we'll see if Gaimin can set something clutch up here around the defenses. If Ace can get the jump in. It's been a bit of a slower start for him.
Cannot underestimate this Orchid. 33 as well. Yules will be available though on Quinn, just in time.
Yeah, I guess so the more annoying moves it's going to be if he finds these. Well, ideally Malady, right? He jumps up there.
Yeah, you cannot, like, you have Sax or Bzm jump in, you just beeline on the Abaddon. If the Razor goes on you, you break down. They did find someone else, it looks like. Who did they run into? 33.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Tundra
attack.
should be kind of happy with this death because had Gaimin fished further into the Torn.
Yeah, they might have lost a few more arrows.
Yeah, there could have been a couple of things coming out. Link Force, 20 minutes.
Oh goodness, Saxa sends something up there. Blinks out just in time before Ace comes in with his own.
Let's have a good lane ward.
That's true, yeah, saw him running down.
Radiant
They're
are
gonna
scanning.
hit the scan, they know he's still around. Saxa might look to try and get back in on top of Ace.
Yeah, so just blink.
Yes, he can get the angle. Gets in, drags him back. Ball's there to finish off the job. He's just backing it into it. Took it out of his hands. Coming in, and indeed, Gaming Gladiators, they can't go for round 2. Returns with the Shadow Realm hit. Saxa flies over the trees to safety. He'll live. The dive on board. The kill of the Razor. The only one left alive. Gaimin, they're just not built up to take these head-on team fights yet.
Saxa, he set up all of that. And Bzm also, he deals so much damage. Sure, he killed the watch, but he's got the agents. The axe, collateral, the drums coming out, the searing signal, magic damage, the axes. And they're all just dropping.
That's getting tougher. Yeah, indeed, Sax, as you say, the one setting this all up. And Gaimin sort of getting baited in, you know, they sort of feel that it's close to the tower. You know, they can deal with them at once. But definitely underestimating how much damage was going to be kicked out in return there. And at this point, it's just panic. Full panic mode for Gaimin.
Just saw in Sax for sure. He goes in, he nearly dies, but he's got the Abaddon to back him up. And even just like, look at all the follow-up. Chrysalis with the shard, the white one, he has max impetus and he's got the shard from the Tormentor. So even the Edge is dishing out a lot of damage in these fights.
Yeah, it's getting scary for Gaimin. The BKBs are coming out, and Chrysalis, he did feel that he could get straight away, you know, away with the defusal into the Deso. So he gets the BKB first on the way there. And I think what Bzm's also very close to having his. She had just about 100 or so gold from having that one. And once these are there, it feels like it's going to be a massive issue, you know, for Gaming Gladiators to actually kill anyone, right? They would get them in the Dream Coil, you get the setup, but actually killing these heroes now, it's starting to look very difficult for Gaimin.
The Abaddon and the tankiness, huge problem for Gaimin. They don't have the most damage. So we'll have to see if, because what they need time. They need another couple rounds of items. Stuff with the Abaddon shields and heals. Yeah, absolutely. At this point, it's almost time to take over the map. It's coming out. They've got the map control.
Sort of, when's the next big spike in damage going to come out from Gaimin's lineup? It's like you can look towards the Pugbright and Quinn, but that takes a long time to get there, right? You know, you need your Parasmas, your Aghanims. That's a lot of money, and it's a long way away. Before that, it's just kind of, you know, how much Watson can do on his own, really, with the damage that he's outputting as a Razor. But with this defensive build that he's had to go for, just the Maelstrom into the Manta and the Lincolns, it's hard to sort of see the damage numbers coming out from Gaimin.
No, it's Quinn's items and spell usages. We'll have to see how they work here. Now they available.
They got anything further to chase with, but this is definitely a try. They'll drop the Dream Core, Quinn trying to hold them back. But he ain't getting out of this one. The Boundless comes in. The game's starting to look very difficult for Gaimin.
There's so much chase, even a puck. They can just run him down. And when it comes down to the team fighting, Tundra just have everything that they kind of want and need. Gaimin, they likely rely on some incredible spell usage, maybe a multi-coil into a Terrorize to break it all, I'm not sure.
I mean, it's got to be something like that, right? Yeah, the coil into the Terrorize, into a call.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Then
attack.
maybe. Everything has to hit perfectly for Gaimin.
Bzm still yet to die in this game. Sax, he's
Dire's
halfway to
bottom
an
tower
aghanim
is
scepter.
under attack.
But the performance performance and his net worth is kind of criminal. Looking for some stacks, of course. They are very efficient. We're up 11k gold. They've got the map control. Could look into a gem soon, perhaps. And just make sure that Gaimin don't have too much vision on the map.
Yeah, you just got to imagine it just doesn't feel good to play Gaimin's lineup this far behind, right? This is a sort of lineup that Rebels are like with the legs, getting that early edge. Playing now at about 11k down, it's so difficult.
They will have to try and draw it out a little bit. Gaimin have pretty good scale, like Puck, mid to late game. We've seen it many times before. This hero can definitely slap.
It's just sort of getting through this period, right? Yeah. Until you get there as the Puck.
He has to play very safe until he gets the Lincolns, because until then, of course, he's got the Roar, he's got the Lasso. So you have to be careful. So you just have lots of defensive items that need to be built by Gaimin, right? The W's, the double Lincolns. They don't help much when it comes to the fighting. Let's see where Tundra want to push forward.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant are scanning.
A lot of money built up on Ace. Anything crazy that he can buy on the axe to help out this game? What's he thinking about? 3k gold at the moment.
Anything that, I guess, helps him fight? I'm honestly not even sure. I feel like they're all kind of similar. You could even look for... I mean, you could look for a Lotus Orb if you want. I've seen people kind of buy that more and more on the axe. You could throw it on Watson, so you protect him even more from like the roars and the lassos. I mean, hell, if they want to be really annoying and delay a bit more, I guess you could also look for some auras, maybe a BKB.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
I mean, judging his gold and his empty quick buy, he's not sure either. It might just be the BKB for now.
Okay, yeah, just the BKB. Which is fair, but again, it's definitely one of those games where BKB doesn't feel amazing to pick up.
Yeah, it's not awesome, but
yeah,
you kind of...
Is it necessary? Do you think?
It's just annoying, because when he jumps in, how does he get out? There's more slowing you, there's some random flame breaks, some stickies, the bench slow. So I just see it.
Yeah, we'll see if it settles on that Ace. So definitely a different position to itemize in for Gaimin.
They did pick up the gem on Whitemon, which means slowly but surely Gaimin's map will keep getting more and more black. Pace of the game did slow down a little bit.
Yeah, Bzm just continuing to shoot ahead on the farm. Fantastic game. Coming in with that pick and taking it to the mid. It's looked very, very good, and an approach that they'll definitely do again against any team that's got a picking like that. In his element when he plays these sort of matchups and takes over as he has.
Well, this could be good for Gaimin. Let's see if they're able to strike back, because the game, of course, is slowed down a bit. If you're Tundra, you may not expect Gaimin to come for a punch. But they do have the BKB completed on Ace. And the Lincolns is now being finished on Ace also. Okay.
We'll see if this sort of next round of defensive items that they have finished up on Gaimin is going to make a difference in the fight. Ace. Time to come out immediately, and trees got the back up on the way up. So Gaimin, they've got to be careful. Tundra's turning up. Gaimin, they will hold back. They won't try and push for anything further than the borrowed time.
It's of course a small victory if they do find 33 on the map.
Yeah, they're going to try and go. They have to use these little victories to take these risky moves to see if they can get themselves back in the game. Bzm's out, but they won't. No.
They will not have Razor Ultimate available anymore, so sure, the Tundra pick.
Crystallis survives. Gaimin, they have to run. By the looks of it, they can't. They turn for the TP out, but the damage from Whitemon and the impetus is done. Watson to fall. I mean, if they were just a little bit less far behind as they were, that would have been a dead Monkey King and maybe a chance of a team fight. With the situation they're in right now, they couldn't kill Kezu.
What happened with the dunk? I thought it would hit. Didn't quite make it. It was used. To me, I feel like, did he get noticed by something? To my eyes, again, unless I'm blind or I have brain damage,
We'll be able to
split the replay.
We'll check the replay, don't worry.
course, he lives through it, and then might find it. Go in.
Another Roshan, Aegis again here for BZM. We'll catch it on the replay. Crystal is surviving only just.
Maybe it's just a clutch heals from the Abaddon? Let's see. No, seems like nothing crazy happened. Just
I think, yeah,
off the mark.
It was indeed the timing. Maybe if it was like a little bit earlier, it would have caught him underneath the threshold.
Oh, that was
But it was so close. They needed that to go right, Gaimin. With that going wrong, they're now closing up on 20k behind Tundra. So close there to maybe finding a chance to get back into this game, but as it goes, it's only got harder.
It's a 21k lead. You've got the second Aegis on the deck. You've got Bzm. You've got the banner. Saxa with the axe completed. So Watson has got to respect it. Even with his Linkens, he's not fully safe against the lasso. 28 win % probability for Gaimin. That's very generous.
That feels pretty generous.
Yeah, Mr. Gaimin, but he's got to play
Mr.
patch.
Gaimin.
Yeah, what's happening? Oh, let's see. Wait. Just a little Orchid saying hello.
Gaimin with the smoke up. 1-1. Quinn's in. He's out.
Oh, White just daring them to go on him.
Available. I mean, I think they caught everyone by surprise. They were sort of watching the front, 30
yeah, they caught me
look at me, la la la. And then Bzm, bam, in on the backlines with Saxa. Gets that jump.
I mean, absolutely beautiful. He takes the initial kind of attention. Saxa gets the double lasso. Core plus Oracle. You cannot ask for a better jump.
25k lead now here.
No, they've got it all. And soon, I mean, sure, 33 currently, he's just blink orchiding you for now and you can use it off, but there's a Hex and 400 gold.
Win. Does, of course, now have the Lincoln, so a bit better of a chance of surviving through the jumps, but still, killing anyone is the problem here for Gaimin.
And it's a huge problem. Because if Tundra get on top of you, they kill you so fast.
Yeah, we saw, Bzm, once he's in there with a BKB, just chopping away with his axes. It hurts.
I also love Chrysalis' item build on the Monkey King. He's always one of the more aggressive ones. Like even the Diffusal first into the BKB, the Desolator. Kind of low armor heroes. You can play forward with your Abaddon, now the Skadi. It's ugly, because having to build this like trio or the quad defensive item.
Yes.
It's kind of bad.
It doesn't feel fun.
No,
it's not fun.
I wonder if there's a way, because you have Oracle, maybe you can be more aggressive, but then you have to be... you're down so far, it's hard. I mean, honestly, it's just hard.
True, and the thing is, right, Malady's he's having a pretty tough time here. He's got no money.
Yeah.
He's a very poor Oracle, so the chance that he's going to be able to play the fights in a way where he doesn't just die, it's very unlikely. So it's kind of tough to rely on the Oracle in these sort of team fights because of how hard it is for Malady to sort of protect himself to get the spells off.
I like this move. They've got the Hex. Blink Orchid against the Lincolns. You drop the Hex, you could kill him. Very quick on the fingers.
Very nice. Only just. Honestly, I think, if anyone's going to be able to get to a point where they can turn this around, it's going to be Quinn if he can get that harassment, get that aghanim. If they don't lose the game before then, as we've been saying, late game can be ridiculous. It just has to get there.
Look, Gaimin needs to keep holding, whereas Tundra they need to open up the map a little bit. That doesn't think he will be okay. I mean, they are slowing it down. Not dropping a hero and holding your map at this stage of the game is a very impressive work already by Gaimin. They really wanted you to be on Watson before the next fight. And his level 20 talent will give him some more damage output on the Razor. Tundra pushing into the jungle.
33.
Coming out.
Yep. He's able to get that jump. Straight in with the blink X onto Tofu. 33 gets that setup. Maybe ready to look for more. Make sure they kill him off. There'll be no surviving for this amount of damage, as that's going to be both supports.
Right back on the Oracle, so that's a 4v5 advantage for Gaimin.
Will the BKB done on Watson? So he has all the defensive items to get into the fight and try and survive. Tundra though, taking the bags out very quickly. Qualification comes into play. Gaimin will have Tofu back up to 10 if they want to try something with the 4 of them. This top ranks looks to already be gone. But the push here from Bzm at 33. And they could of course sweep round and look for more as they head towards the mid.
Didn't have the first, but gonna have to answer the second. Lens on the bad. Roshan's banner also still available for Tundra.
And this one wants to look for the it's just going to be the second for the and it was a tough one for Gaimin. Very much felt to put this line up. Once they were behind, there was never really any coming back for this.
Tundra will start to finish from the lanes with the tempo.